Ever wondered what it's like to live with a disease that affects your nervous system, with symptoms varying widely from person to person? Imagine a condition that influences your central nervous system, including your brain, spinal cord, and optic nerves. This is the reality of multiple sclerosis, often referred to as MS. It's a chronic disease that doesn't discriminate, that can impact anyone at any time. The symptoms, though, they're a different story. Some people experience mild symptoms, while others face severe challenges that can impair their ability to perform basic tasks. It's an unpredictable journey, with the course of the disease varying greatly from one individual to another. But let's not forget, it's also a journey of resilience, of strength, and of hope. Multiple sclerosis is a complex, unpredictable disease, but understanding it is the first step to managing it. So how does multiple sclerosis manifest itself, and how can doctors diagnose it? Multiple sclerosis, often abbreviated as MS, can present itself through various symptoms. One of the most common is fatigue. It's not your average tiredness, but an overwhelming sense of exhaustion that can interfere with even basic activities. Another common symptom is difficulty walking, which results from the combined impact of several factors like muscle weakness, balance problems, spasticity, and fatigue. Numbness or tingling is also a frequent early symptom of MS, often affecting the face, arms, legs, and fingers. Muscle weakness is another sign of MS, usually occurring in the legs. It's often accompanied by problems with coordination and balance, making daily tasks a challenge. Imagine walking on an unstable surface or always feeling like you're about to drop things. That's what it can feel like for some people with MS. Now, these symptoms might sound scary, and they are, but it's important to remember that they can also be caused by many other conditions. So if you're experiencing any of these, it doesn't necessarily mean you have MS. Diagnosing MS isn't as straightforward as we might hope. There's no single test that can definitively identify it. Instead, doctors typically use a combination of methods. A neurological exam is often the first step, where doctors check for impaired nerve function. If MS is suspected, magnetic resonance imaging, or MRI, is usually next on the list. This powerful tool can reveal areas of MS activity and help to rule out other conditions. In some cases, doctors might also analyze the spinal fluid. This fluid, which surrounds the brain and spinal cord, can show abnormalities in people with MS. But remember, a diagnosis of MS is not a death sentence. It's a condition that requires management and adaptation. And with the right care, many people with MS can live full, rewarding lives. Diagnosing MS can be a complex process, but recognizing the symptoms is crucial. The earlier the diagnosis, the earlier treatment can begin, potentially slowing the disease's progression and improving quality of life. MS doesn't just affect the body, but also the person's lifestyle. So what kind of impact does it have? Well, the influence of multiple sclerosis extends far beyond physical symptoms. It can shape every aspect of a person's life, from their daily routines to their emotional well-being. Let's start with physical limitations. MS can make it difficult to perform everyday tasks. Simple activities like walking around the block or preparing a meal can become challenging. Fatigue is a common symptom, making it tough to keep up with the pace of life. You might find yourself needing more rest than usual or struggling to maintain concentration. Another impact of MS is emotional and cognitive changes. This disease can take a toll on your mental health, leading to conditions like depression or anxiety. Cognitive changes can also occur, affecting memory, attention, and problem-solving skills. You might find it harder to remember appointments or solve problems that used to seem simple. And then there are the financial implications. The cost of managing MS can be quite high, with expenses ranging from medications to physical therapy, and even modifications to your home to accommodate mobility issues. This financial burden can add stress, making it even more crucial to have a good support system in place. That leads us to the importance of support from family, friends, and healthcare professionals. The journey with MS isn't one to walk alone. Having a strong support network can make a world of difference. Loved ones can provide emotional support, while healthcare professionals can guide you in managing symptoms and adapting to new challenges. Community resources such as local MS societies or online support groups can also be invaluable. They offer a place to connect with others who understand what you're going through, share experiences, and find helpful advice. MS can be challenging, but with the right support and management, it doesn't have to define your life. While it may require adjustments, people with MS can still lead fulfilling lives, pursuing their passions and dreams. Remember, you are not your disease. You are a unique individual with strengths and capabilities that MS cannot take away. Scene script. Multiple sclerosis can't be cured, but it can be managed. So what treatments and coping mechanisms are available? Let's begin with the treatments. Currently, there's a range of medications available for managing MS symptoms. These include disease-modifying therapies that slow down the progression of the disease and treatments to manage specific symptoms such as muscle stiffness or fatigue. It's important to remember that medication effectiveness can vary from person to person, and what works for one might not work for another. That's why it's crucial to have open dialogues with your healthcare provider to find the best medication strategy for you. Physiotherapy is another key component of MS treatment. It focuses on maintaining and improving mobility, strength, and balance. Regular physical activity, adapted to individual abilities, can help manage symptoms and improve overall well-being. In addition, some people with MS find relief in alternative therapies like acupuncture, yoga, and massage. These can help manage symptoms such as pain, fatigue, and stress. However, it's important to discuss any alternative therapies with your healthcare provider to ensure they're safe and effective for you. Now let's move on to coping strategies. Maintaining a healthy lifestyle is a fundamental part of managing MS. This includes a balanced diet, regular exercise, adequate rest, and avoiding triggers such as stress and heat. Staying mentally active is also essential. Engaging in activities that stimulate the mind, like reading, puzzles, or even learning a new skill, can help keep the brain sharp and potentially slow cognitive decline. Lastly, don't underestimate the power of support. Joining a support group, whether online or in person, can provide a safe space to share experiences, learn from others, and receive emotional support. Therapy and counseling can also be beneficial for managing the emotional impacts of living with MS. Living with MS can be a journey, but with the right treatments and coping strategies, it can be a journey of resilience and strength. Multiple sclerosis is a complex disease, but understanding it can help manage it better. It's a condition that affects the central nervous system, leading to a range of symptoms that can be as diverse as the people it affects. Recognizing these signs early can be crucial in mitigating the impact this disease has on one's life. We've discussed the profound effect MS has on individuals and their families, and how it's not just a physical struggle, but an emotional one too. But we've also explored the hope that lies in the various treatments and coping strategies available. From prescribed medications to organic alternatives combined with a supportive network, living a full life with MS is achievable. Knowledge is power, and by understanding multiple sclerosis, we can better support those affected and work towards a world free of MS. If you found this video helpful, please share it with someone you know. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more informative content.